Hello, welcome to Hawk's Eye View. I'm your host, Dorian Robinson, and today we are joined with librarian Joseph Bree, who works under Frederick Douglass Library at UMES. Hello, Mr. Bree. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
That's good. That's good. So we know that you work here at UMES under Frederick Douglass Library. So would you happen to tell us a little bit more about yourself and the library here on campus?
Okay. So obviously the Frederick Douglass Library is located right in the middle of campus, right in the quad. Mm-hmm. We house hundreds of thousands of books and resources that are available to the students, mm-hmm. as well as providing access to a large number of digital materials, mm-hmm. And resources, mm-hmm. For students to access. Okay. Anything that we don't have available in the library, we provide services such as intercampus and interlibrary loan, mm-hmm. that allows students to receive materials from other libraries.
Mm. Like other libraries on just around or like on campus or anything?
So there's other libraries within the University System of Maryland, mm-hmm. and then if we can't find it within the system, our interlibrary loan service allows us to order books from around the world.
Really?
Really.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never heard of that, so thank you for explaining that. So how long have you been a librarian?
I've actually had the title of librarian for about 15 years since I first came here to UMES. Okay. Before that, I was working in a library in Utah, mm-hmm. At Weber State University as a reserves ILL supervisor. Mm. So I was working in the library. I learned how they worked, and before that, when I was getting my undergraduate degree, I was a student worker.
Okay, that's interesting. That's nice. So, what made you become a librarian? Like, what motivated you to become one?
Well, looking back, it's a lot of little things. When I was in high school, I was involved in the music department, and I became the band librarian. So I helped to organize the music and keep things straight for whoever needed copies of the music, mm-hmm. and then put it away at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. When I got into college and was working on my undergraduate degree, mm-hmm. I got a job as a student worker in the library. Right. And having that high school librarian, mm-hmm. Music librarian on my resume kind of helped me get that position. So I learned how the libraries worked. I learned Library of Congress call numbers, mm-hmm. and that led me to get a full-time position when one was made available after I graduated. Okay. Now, while I was working in the library, an opportunity opened up for those who wanted to get their master's degree, mm-hmm. through an online, semi-online program with the University of North Texas. Right. And me and a couple other colleagues went through that program, and we got our Master's of Library and Information Sciences through that program. Okay,
that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. Looking back on it, are you thankful for the opportunity that you had to be able to be in the position that you're in today?
Yes, I'm very grateful. I mean, you look back on life and you realize there are decisions that you could have made, mm-hmm. that could have taken you in a completely different direction. Right. My original plan was to get my undergraduate degree in political science, which I did, mm-hmm. and work my way up to become president of the United States someday. But I was starting a family at the time, mm-hmm. and becoming a president, the more I learned about it, didn't seem as appealing. Right. And then with my experience in working in the library, it opened up the opportunity for a full-time library position. Okay.
So you said you worked 15 years. Has it been 15 years here on UMES or just 15 years in general? 15
years here at UMES. I recently celebrated my 15-year anniversary in March.
Congratulations. That's good. So we have National Library Week coming up.
We do.
Can you just explain that and the events with National Library Week?
So National Library Week goes back several years. It was started by the American Library Association, and it's celebrated every year around this time in April. Mm-hmm. The library has always kind of done minimal activities, but last year we got the UMES Senate involved. Mm-hmm. They formed a library committee, and they helped us plan a number of larger events. Right. We did an escape room. We did some creative writing workshops, and we did a Library Live open mic event that corresponded with a creative writing contest.
Okay.
This year we're doing some similar events. Instead of an escape room, we're doing a treasure hunt around the library that has similar puzzles. Dr. Barrett Gaines will be doing a ghost tour of not only our library, but the public library just down the street. We're doing our open mic Library Live event that will happen on Thursday from 11 to 1. And that's open mic for anybody who wants to come and share their creative writing. We'll be announcing our creative writing contest winners. And then our final event is our library read-in. We're inviting all students to come into the library, bring a book or grab one off the shelf. Enjoy some reading time, and we'll be doing some raffles and giving out some prizes.
That's good. So what are like some prizes that the students can win?
So for our treasure hunt, those that complete the treasure hunt, we have a number of items that were donated from some of our vendors. Things like pens, pads, hand sanitizers, reusable straws, things that students might make use of. For our raffle, we've received some items from Student Experience, some T-shirts, some UMES cups, chargers, and things of that nature. So those will be raffled off. The English department has also donated a number of books that will be included in the raffle.
That's good then. That's good.
Dr. Allen, from the provost, has donated 3 iPads, and those are going to be for our creative writing winners.
Really? That's good.
So yeah.
That's really good. So how long has this been going on with the National Library Week in UMES?
A number of years. We as I mentioned, we've done some smaller events. We've done some treasure hunts throughout the library. The library will usually at least get together and have a luncheon together, kind of to commemorate the appreciation for libraries. But it's really been since last year that we've done these bigger events, trying to get more of the campus involved, the other departments, and get the students to really understand what the library does.
Okay, trying to expand. I see. So the last question here: do you think that now in like today's world or society, modern society, that libraries are still relevant with college campus and then college students?
What people don't understand is libraries were established to provide information to people.
Right.
Now, traditionally, that information has come in the form of books, and it still does. But there's so much new technology out there. There's obviously DVDs, CDs, different media options, but there's all sorts of stuff on the internet. The problem with the internet is it's not cataloged, it's not organized. You can do a search and find a whole bunch of information, and it might be relevant, and that's great. But when you do an in-depth research, there are ways that the databases can narrow down those search results that a Google search can't. On top of that, there's a number of resources that are proprietary. The library pays for those subscriptions so the students have access to them that you won't get by searching the internet. You might find a reference to it, but to read the full article, that's what the library provides. And then there's access to other new technologies that are constantly coming out. There are libraries that provide access to VR, and that's something that I'm hoping we'll explore in the future. And we're trying to get to where students are able to access iPads if they don't have one. E-readers was a big thing recently. So, yeah, it's about making information available, and that might be with technology, that might be with books. I had a professor once say that people thought when television came out that radio would die.
Yeah.
Radio would just go away. And that's not what happened. Radio changed. You know, you don't listen to it as often, but it's still relevant.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with libraries and books. Books are still going to be around. They're going to be relevant. That's how we record information. But technology is going to come along, and libraries will change. We may not have as many books as we once had. We'll go more digital, but they're still relevant.
That sounds really interesting, and just thank you for letting us have your time today with the information you have provided, and also National Library Week, which is next week. So hopefully there's a lot of people that come out, show their support, and hopefully win some iPads or some prizes.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Hawk's Eye View. My name is Dorian Robinson. Thank you for our host, Joseph Bree, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.